Welcome back to the Scuffed Ass Podcast for episode number 183. Wonder has soup.
Good soup.
It's good soup. He so wasn't ready for that.
I wasn't. I also wasn't ready for you to actually know what episode we were on.
Yeah, I'm cooking today. We're cooking.
Flabbergasted, man.
Bro's flabbergasted. What a word. What a word. So what kind of soup we souping?
It's homemade vegetable beef soup or vegetable elk soup.
A vegetable beef.
It's a vegetable and some kind of meat soup.
Yummy. Some kind of meat. That
could be,
doesn't terrify
could be
me at all.
human. You never know.
Yeah. I mean, you should be able to tell by like taste and texture, but hey.
I don't know. I mean, I've never tasted human before that I know of.
Well, no, but you should be able to tell what kind of meat that is, unless it genuinely tastes like nothing you've ever had before, and then maybe stop eating it.
But it tastes good.
This fucking guy. That would be your response, wouldn't it? I can't stop eating it, officer. It tastes good. Fucking gnawing on a human hand.
Well, if it was a human hand, I think I'd have a little more issue.
Nah, because it tasted good. You were fed it while you were asleep. I gotta find this allergy pill I just dropped. Because the dog will eat that later.
Well, then he won't sneeze as much, I guess. I don't know.
Ah!
Man doesn't want his doggy to die.
Yeah, it's almost like I'm a good pet owner sometimes.
I mean, that and your past pets have
Yeah, they have
a tendency of just
dying.
one day dying out of the blue. So
Well,
who knows? There's a lot of
when two of your pets have been poisoned, you do what you can to make sure you don't poison them.
Yeah.
So that you know it's the shitty neighbor.
Well, the issue is like it's either the neighbor or we have plants that grow around here like hemlock and shit.
Because 3 dogs ago he shot it, Mocha.
Yeah.
And then Snickers got sick and Huckleberry got sick.
Snickers was tougher because he didn't die.
He tried not to. Poor little fella.
Wow.
Both of them. Huck actually got to the vet. Snick was old. He was an old man.
Yeah, I know.
11-year-old chocolate lab. He fucked Wonder up a few times.
Yeah.
That dog was great.
The dog used to be bigger than me, and he would sometimes have his way with me.
Well, no, that's not what I meant. I mean, you in the dark playing the run away from the dog game.
Oh yeah, when
the
he tried to tear
dog,
both.
smarter than Wonder, reverses the other way to cut him off. Fucking takes him out at the knees.
Well, I don't think the dog understood what was going on. He just, because I can't remember what we were doing, but I remember we were chasing him.
You were just chasing him around the fucking campers.
He got the like hella zoomies, and I like got tired, so I stopped, and he reversed and came back around, and didn't see me when he came around the corner, and he just smokes me, and I was bent over,
Oh, yeah.
and I had both my knees locked, and he tried to tear both my ACL.
And that wouldn't have been the first ACL that dog ever tore.
Yeah. Yeah, he had a tendency of tearing ACLs. I'm just, I could not believe I didn't tear them because
that was nuts.
He smoked me so hard that I head planted.
Wonder played football, but that was the hardest hit he'd ever experienced.
It really was. Because I'm usually the one that does the hard hitting. I'm not the one that gets hit. And if I do get hit, I'm prepared for it. I was not prepared for this whatsoever. To get wiped out by a chocolate lab that weighs like 140 pounds.
Oh, and yes, for those of you asking, it is a chocolate lab, and his name was Snickers. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Great.
Mm-hmm.
It was great. That's a little oh, wait, when does Madden come out? And is EA going to give it to me for free? Apparently in 2 hours. Well, now it's like in an hour.
Oh,
Is EA gonna give me Madden for free? No.
ah,
But I can. What is this? I actually can't talk about it probably, but. Ooh. 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 What the fuck is it though?
I don't know. I can't see your screen, so.
All right. Well, I'm not gonna tell you what the thing is about, but I can tell you. All right, we're looking up this game. Obviously, it's an EA game. Immortals of Avium. It's an upcoming first-person shooter developed by Ascendant Studios. What have they made in the past? Sorry. What have they made in the past? I don't see anything. Apparently, they're a AAA studio that's never made a game. Hello? Wonder, have they never made a game?
Well,
No, I think this is their first game. Like, actually.
usually the first game is make or break for studio.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, hold on. Ascendant Studios. It was founded in 2018. After Telltale Games went bankrupt, most of the developers. Oh, so it's like all of the. It's most of the developers from Telltale Games who made all the like. They made like Telltale, The Walking Dead, and stuff, and yeah, they made a lot of games. What else did they make? They made a bunch of CSI games. Apparently, I didn't know that. They made Jurassic Park the game. They made a Law and Order game. The Walking
I played that
Dead.
game.
The Wolf Among Us. Apparently, they made a Game of Thrones game. Didn't know that. The Telltale Batmans, Guardians of the Galaxy, the Telltale series. But yeah, so all the Telltale developers now work at Ascendant. And yeah, we're getting the Immortals of Avium. Oh, I think I saw this during one of the showcases, actually. Immortals of Avium, a single-player first-person magic shooter that tells the story of Jock. Maybe? J-A-K? Jock? Jack? I don't know.
Jacques.
As he joins an elite order of battle mages to save a world on the edge of abyss, master 3 colors of magic, and unleash spells and deadly skill in a game that defies FPS conventions. Yeah, I've definitely seen this. I'm intrigued. That's all I got. That's all I know. I'm intrigued. I'm saying nothing else ever. To be fair, everything I'm reading is just straight off their website about the game.
Yeah.
Just reading the Immortals of Avium thing. Is it
Yeah,
like a
it's been-
multiplayer FPS game? Because that'd be sick. This game could be
I've
cool.
just been playing Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, I can't.
That's weird.
It's
though.
gonna take me so long to get through it. I just can't play it while I'm streaming. So
Yeah.
like-
I feel like that shouldn't be a thing, but
there are a couple other story games that I started playing almost a year ago, but because I can't play them on stream, I just still haven't beaten them.
fair.
Because if I can't stream the game when I'm not streaming after I've done videos and done all of that, when I have an hour to game, half the time I just want to like chill and hit baseballs, play some
Right.
shooty hoops. I don't know. I don't know. In my free time, I play more brain dead games.
Right.
So like finding a day where I can just sit back and play Baldur's Gate all day is tough.
Yeah, well, Baldur's Gate is a definitely not brain dead game.
Right.
It's like a strategy game, and
Yeah.
it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought, I didn't realize you could play with other people too. I didn't know that.
Yeah, which is kind of. I'm gonna have to keep trying to fuck with it to get it to work on stream better, but fuck.
Yeah.
It
But
just runs
every
so
time you go
bad.
to play with somebody, you have to like basically start from the beginning.
Well, I think once it would save progress as a game, so like we can go to play in a group with each other, we'll have to start over. But every time we
Mhm.
log on and play together, we continue that story and leveling that character.
Right, right. Yeah.
So yeah, we'd have to start over one more time, but I think I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Well, I know a lot of I know what happens with a lot of it so
Well,
far. I haven't made it to the second stage yet at all, but
I don't
I'm
know
still
nothing
trying
about
to.
nobody.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Ah.
yeah. I was just right before you, because I wasn't sure how long it was going to be before you finally got a hold of me. So I'd
Oh yeah.
been playing, and I was preparing to fight one of them big scary monsters that likes to wipe out my entire group before I even get to go once. So
Yeah. Oh, dude, I shocked Miller football during the Broncos preview.
really,
Yeah, I'll see if I can get where his face pops. Yeah, dude, I'm just gonna send you this video on TikTok. Watch it real quick, because we were talking about like Denver's biggest free agency additions, right?
hmm
And I'm like, it's probably Samaje Perine, the running back, because in this offense, he's gonna just watch the video now, and I'll finish saying it.
I'm on a mute though, so
Yeah. So we don't hear my dumbass voice twice.
yeah.
Yeah. It's incredible, though. I reposted. I broke this man's brain. When it cuts to Miller's face, it's so fucking funny. Samaje Perine. He's gonna fill the Darren Sproles role. What? How bad is that? I don't know what happens in this conversation after that, but yeah, that broke his brain. He forgot Darren Sproles was like a big part of Sean Payton's offense. Samaje Perine is just gonna be big Darren Sproles. Adult-sized Darren Sproles. Oh no.
That's great. His face was like, I never even thought of that.
Man, geek might know ball. Oh, dude. Oh, I gotta make this video, but it seems like such a pain in the ass. That's why I haven't done it yet. Dude, putting effort into TikTok videos like actually hurts my soul. At this point, they don't get any views and no one cares. So like actually caring about them, it's the lowest priority thing for me.
Right.
I every time I post a video, I just like lose 5 followers anyways. So it's just like meh. But I keep seeing people talk about Anthony Richardson's first drive with the Colts, and they don't understand what happened. So he throws an interception, and it looks like a bad throw. He overthrows his guy, throwing off his back foot, whatever. But when you actually like slow it down, and you'll hear them say, this corner blitzes, right? And you could tell he was going to blitz, and he just beats the right tackle, and it forces Anthony Richardson to rush. And it's like, yeah, but you missed what just happened there, actually. It was the corner that's supposed to be guarding Isaiah McKenzie. You remember him, Bills legend.
Yep.
Isaiah McKenzie points it out. He calls it out that it's going to happen. Anthony Richardson then points back at him like, yeah, because when this corner's going to blitz, Isaiah McKenzie's running an out route. When this corner's going to blitz, though, he's now being picked up by Micah Hyde, who's playing 10 yards deep. So instead of actually running an out route, break it directly into the flat, make a catch, try to pick up some yardage. So when the ball is snapped, Richardson's already throwing, but McKenzie didn't break it. So he runs himself into coverage. Anthony Richardson has to hold the ball and then try to make a miraculous throw off his back foot where it's a bad throw. Did the decision stay good? No, but if the receiver paid attention to the check he made, It's maybe not a first down, but it's positive yardage. Richardson
Right.
was ready to go, but everybody's like missing that he had read it perfectly. His receiver just did him dirty. And then, yeah, he
His
made a
receiver
bad throw
basically,
trying to
"I'm
be
gonna
a
make
hero.
You look like an ass.
And then he tried to be a hero and wasn't a hero.
Yeah.
And it's fine. But like, Jesus. Immortals of Avium will not include multiplayer. That's unfortunate. All right. Well, what else do we know? Baldur's Gate. I really do want to make that work. I just snorted. Not even like a ha-ha snort, just a... I don't know why. Apparently I'm a
A
pig.
random snort.
Yeah. Oh, it's now official. That's wild. Dalvin Cook is a New York Jet.
Oof.
So the Bills are fucked.
Yeah.
Also,
Oof.
dude, Hard Knocks has been released so far. Like, they've released at least one episode. Aaron Rodgers looks terrifying. Yeah, I don't see Russell Wilson in Denver. Like, a lot of people are saying, this reminds me of last year, Russ in Denver. Yeah, no. Rodgers, like, looks like he found the love of the game again. And I don't know. He just, dude, watching a couple throws, the perfect play by the Jets defense. And they're like, this probably could have been a sack. But here's Aaron throwing across the field to a guy you can't see. And he just drops it in the bucket for a touchdown. It's like, dude, I love the Jets defensive coordinator. He's just like, we're going to be in every game. No doubt. We just got to get some stops. That's it. And look at this. This is a perfect play. There ain't another motherfucker on this planet who can do what he just did there. So it's okay. Nobody else is doing that to you.
I'm just surprised that he was able to jump in, replace QB1, and QB1, former QB1, just be like, you know what? Instead of getting pissed off and hating the world, I'm going to take this opportunity to learn from
Zach
one of the
Wilson?
best
Yeah.
Yes, Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
To learn from one of the best QBs to ever play football.
Dude, Zach Wilson is so ready to cook, I think, which I hate because he's supposed to be bad. But he's like, he didn't get butthurt about it. He's like, all right, they replaced me with Aaron Rodgers. Also, there's only so bad you can feel about that. Oh, one of the 5 greatest to ever do it is replacing. Fuck.
Well, not only that,
But you can
to
be a
me,
little
I would
bitch
look at
about
it
it,
like-
or you can
right.
just
But
be about
I
it.
would have been the same thing as him. I'd have been like, this is a great opportunity
Yeah, let's cook.
to what better opportunity to learn how to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league than
Right.
to learn from one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah.
Maybe to ever play football.
Right? Yeah.
So I mean, there's a world where, Zach Wilson becomes a really good quarterback just from learning from Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, and I hate it, but
Yeah. Wow. I
well,
like it.
I don't know. We're seeing. I hate Zach Wilson, so I don't know. But I mean, I was right, so it doesn't really change much. I called out
Right.
that he was going to be bad, and guys, you got to stop posting Dalvin Cook in the number 4. I don't think he's wearing that because one of the Jets corners, who's like a top 15 corner, wears that. I don't think Dalvin's getting 4. He's probably going back to 33. Or he's going with something entirely brand new.
Maybe.
But I don't think he's getting number 4 again.
I don't know. I think Dalvin Cook can still be scary. So
Yeah.
he may be getting up there in age, but
That one's the weird one. Ezekiel Elliott signed with the Patriots? So to all the
Officially?
to all the Ramondre Stevenson fantasy owners, you lose.
I'm glad I still have Ezekiel Elliott on one of my leagues, my fantasy leagues.
Yeah, I think I picked him up, or I might have ended up trading him to you. I don't know.
You
what
did.
happened.
You traded him to me for Sanders.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I mean
And one
in
other
one of the
person.
new leagues.
Oh.
I know I
not
picked
new
him up,
leagues.
but I might have traded him.
Our
Yeah, the Dynasty
talking
League, because
about
you
our-
were hating
our
Miles
Dynasty League.
Sanders. And I was like, oh, I'll rock with Miles Sanders. Bro helped me almost win that
you
league.
traded me Miles Sanders and a 3rd round pick for,
Yeah, you got Zeke and
I got Zeke and a 3rd round pick, and then you got my 1st round pick and Miles Sanders.
yeah, because you hate Miles Sanders started off the year. You did the same thing I did when I traded Derrick Henry. You traded him when he was at his lowest, and then immediately after he was off your team, he fucking skyrocketed, and you looked like a moron.
Right, but like you go back and look at his history, like he had one game that had more than like fucking 18 points. I think.
I don't
I'm
think
pretty
that's
sure.
true.
Let me look here. Let me look.
I think
Like,
he
he-
cooked.
He didn't do horribly, I don't think, but there was just like every time I would start him, he would do absolute dog shit. So I wanted somebody who was a little more consistent. Ezekiel Elliott is a more consistent player. He at least scores a certain amount of points every game. Where's
We
my
really got to
sleeper?
get Cody to accept that trade.
I did tell him about it, and
Yeah.
I'm sure he forgot about it. But when I see him again, I'll.
Wait,
Try
that
to
wasn't
set
that
down.
must not have been in my league unless I dropped Miles Sanders at some point.
You might have.
I don't feel like I did,
Um,
but I feel like that was that league. Are you in what other
because
leagues
I
are you in?
have.
Do you have
do I
Zeke in
have
that
this
league?
Yeah, I do. Yep. It's this
Dude,
league.
where the fuck did I put Miles Sanders then?
Did you trade him?
I don't think so.
Um,
Yeah, actually I did. Oh,
thought so.
oh, because I win. Because I traded him for Bijan.
hmm
Yeah. I traded
Which
him,
fair.
Christian Gonzalez, my 1st round pick next year, which, like, who cares? Dude, as long as, if Bijan is what he's supposed to be, having him and Justin Jefferson, I own this league now.
Yeah.
And then I also have Jahmyr Gibbs, DK Metcalf, Kenneth Walker, Lamar Jackson. Brother, I cooked. Oh, and now that
Yeah.
Dalvin's on a team, he, like, can count for points on my team now. Sick.
Yeah. So the reason I traded for Ezekiel is because when I traded for him, he was consistently.
Consistently, one of our internets just died, like always. Was it mine or Wonders? Was it mine or Wonders? It was mine.
Game where he scored 3 points.
I have
That's
no
like,
clue what happened. My internet died.
oh,
Yeah,
well, you're still there.
I wasn't, though, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, where did I leave off?
You said when I traded for Zeke, and that was about it.
I said when I traded for Zeke, he was consistently scoring over 15 points. For like 7 games in a row, he scores over 15 points.
Yeah.
Miles Sanders was scoring, he'd score 5 points. Then the next game he'd score 12 points. Then the next game he'd score 7 points. Then the next game he'd score 25 points. Oh goodness. So I'd start him and then he'd score 3 points. It's like, fuck, dude. So
Yeah.
I was looking for more consistency. I needed consistency on my team because my team's decent. Well, then also when I made that trade, Joe Mixon was hurt. I had another running back that was hurt. I don't remember who it was, but I was
True.
like, God, I really need a running back that could score me a little, some points, and hope that the rest of my team can carry some weight. And so that's when I was like, I told you, man, I need a running back. And you're like, well, I'll give you,
I'll give you Zeke.
Ezekiel Elliott for Miles Sanders and your 1st round pick. And I was like, because I refused it at first. You were like, okay, how about
Yeah, how about I throw in this third
Third
so
round
you
pick.
still have draft picks, it's just not a perfect one.
and I was like, deal.
Fuck it. All right, deal. Who did I even end up
Which-
drafting?
Um,
Oh, I think I used your pick to get Christian Gonzalez,
you did. Yep. And
which
then,
I used to go get. So, technically, guys, we got to look at Wonder right now and say thank you for Bijan Robinson, because without Miles Sanders and that 1st round pick, I don't end up with Bijan.
Yeah.
Oh,
but I
sorry,
think I
buddy.
picked up. Who did I pick up with your 3rd round pick?
No clue. Would have been a rookie. That's all I know.
Yeah. What rookies do I have on my team?
God,
Yeah,
there's no way, right?
Kenny, Singletary, White, Cook, Moore.
Did you just call me a whore?
No, Moore.
Oh,
Fred Warner. Sauce Gardner.
Where's his win-loss thing? Damn, that fall off must have been rough. Okay.
Who, for me?
No, for 2019, Garrett Cole. He's a pitcher in Major League Baseball. He somehow did not win the Cy Young this year, which is crazy to me. Who got Cy Young that year? No shot. Wait. His teammate. Oh, wow. That's stupid. Okay. No. Garrett Cole, in his first 25 starts, was 19-0 with a 1.59 ERA, which means on average in 9 innings he'd give up 1.5 runs, 258 strikeouts. He finished that year though 20-5, which means he went on a 1-5 skid at the end of the year. That's rough. And then, yeah, he lost out in the Cy Young, which is like the best pitcher award, to his own teammate, who had one more win, but one more loss.
Mm-hmm.
And was worse in like almost every way. But like, hey, you sucked at the end of the year, and that's really the bad time to be bad. Because that's what'll sit on people's brains. Is like, oh, you sucked. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah.
With that,
Yeah, I don't know. I can't figure out who I'd pick for my third round. So
yeah, who knows? Who cares?
Because I can't remember. Did we just have a rookie draft? Or
Yeah,
did
it was
did that
just rookies. And then we had to
Okay.
sign defensive guys. And that's why it looks like I cheated. Because when we signed defensive guys, I don't even know if I ended up with the best ones. Jakey Boy ended up with Myles Garrett and Max Crosby. So, yeah.
Yeah, so
everybody. So
I mean, my defense is not bad. I mean,
so yeah, if I can get, dude, there are 2 trades I'm trying to pull off in our league. If I can pull them both, oh my god.
so I got Buckner, Donald for my D line, and then I got Logan Wilson and
Damn,
Snead.
you ended up with Logan Wilson.
Oh, yeah, Logan Wilson, and then I got Snead and Fitzpatrick for my DBs right now.
Fitzpatrick. Oh, Minka. I forget he exists all the time.
And then I have Sauce Gardner as a backup DB right now. And I got Fred Warner as a backup linebacker.
Yeah, if these trades
Mosley
go through
for
with
another
Miller and
linebacker.
Cody, and I end up with Deebo Samuel and Calvin Ridley, the league's cooked.
Mm-hmm.
It's over.
So,
Plus, I have
Cody,
Lamar.
do not accept the deal.
Nah, it's a good deal for him is the issue.
I know.
You just forget how deep I am because last year when we drafted, I pissed everybody off because I kept taking players who wouldn't play. D-Hop was suspended for 8 weeks. I picked him.
Mm-hmm.
Who else did I end up with? Michael Thomas was injured, so I picked him. Keenan Allen was injured, so I picked him. Jamison Williams was injured, so I picked him. So I just had these guys as just bench pieces, and now I'm going to try to use them to go get real players.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's going to be goated. It's going to be goated. Hopefully. I would prefer to land either of the 2 trades. Deebo Samuel or Calvin Ridley. I'm down with either. I'd love both.
Right. Yeah. It's just rough that my starting quarterback is injured already.
Yeah.
Season hadn't even started.
You got poor old Joe Burr.
But I got Trevor Lawrence as a backup, so
Oh, you're fine.
I'm all right.
I remember I stole him from you in one of our other leagues.
Yeah, you did. Yep.
I got him and Kyle Pitts. That's the weirdest roster because I'm rocking 2 tight ends currently. I'm rocking a tight end in the flex.
Yeah. Well, you traded for Kyle Pitts though.
Yeah,
so,
from you. And
from me.
no, Trevor Lawrence and Kyle Pitts, I traded to from you.
I know.
Yeah.
Yep.
I stole them though. Took them right away.
But because of that, my team's sitting pretty good too, you know. Should know. And Derek Carr is actually looking okay,
Yeah.
surprisingly.
I'm not
Wow.
surprised by that. I just don't think the Saints are going to be that good.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, so that's
Yeah,
in
I
that league.
don't buy this at all. TJ Hawkinson hasn't participated during team drills at Vikings training camp for the past few weeks due to an ear infection that affected his equilibrium, he tells reporters. Bro, this is the most bullshit reason that he's giving just so he can hold out because he wants a contract, which is valid. But like, bro, I got an ear infection. I've been out for a month is like the funniest thing. Hopefully all that money will make him feel better, you know?
Yep.
Contract will clear that right up. Tough.
Did you? You didn't take Trevor Lawrence from me.
Yeah, in one of them,
Honestly.
not that one. It was on one of the ESPN leagues.
Oh,
And-
that might be.
Let's
That's
say
it.
it
I think you
might
took
be.
Aaron Rodgers from me on this one.
No, I don't think I took anything from you on that one. But I got Trevor Lawrence from you in this one. That much I know to be true.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, ESPN. Yeah. How's that team looking? Not probably not very good. My ESPN league has just been rough.
I'm ready for this team to cook in week 6 when Alvin Kamara's back.
Yeah.
He looked good last night.
Yeah. I just don't have any depth on my bench, which is rough, but yeah, I'm gonna get beat there. Yep. Nah, I might win that. Get beat there. Might win that.
Whoa.
I guess I'm not sitting as bad as I thought.
Oh, damn, that makes me sad. Apparently, you remember The Blind Side?
Yeah.
Apparently that movie, like, wasn't right. Like, it wasn't accurate.
I've heard about this. Tried to.
I guess I never have, and now I'm seeing it. Yeah, Michael Orr has officially filed a court petition Monday that alleges the couple never adopted him and instead used a conservatorship to make business deals in his name, so they just profited off of the fact he was good at football, which
Mhm.
is gross. Fucking white people, bro.
Right.
The petition further alleges that the Tuohys used their power as conservators to strike the deal that paid them and their 2 birth children millions of dollars in royalties from an Oscar-winning film that earned more than $300 million, while Orr got nothing for a story that would not have existed without him.
That's fucked.
In the years
Yeah, I heard something about
since,
this.
the Tuohys have continued calling the 37-year-old Orr their adopted son and have used that assertion to promote their foundations as well as Leanne Tuohy's work as an author and motivational speaker. The lie of Michael's adoption is one upon which co-conservators Leanne Tuohy and Sean Tuohy have enriched themselves at the expense of their ward. the undersigned Michael Orr. The legal filing says Michael Orr discovered this lie to his chagrin and embarrassment in February of 2023 when he learned that the conservatorship to which he consented on the basis that doing so would make him a member of the Toohey family, in fact, provided him no familial relationship with the Tooheys.
Mm-hmm.
Mike's relationship with the Toohey family started to decline when he discovered that he was portrayed in the movie as unintelligent. Their relationship continued to deteriorate as he learned that he was the only member of the family not receiving royalty checks, and it was permanently fractured when he realized he wasn't adopted and part of the family. For years, Orr was chafed at how The Blind Side depicted him, saying it hurt his football career and clouded how people view him. He said that based on the film, some NFL decision makers assumed he was mentally slow or lacked leadership skills. People look at me and take things away from me because of a movie. They don't really see the skills, player, and person I am. Yikes.
Well, I hope you win.
Right?
That's all I can say about that. Yeah, poopy people.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely wild and awful.
You think Tyler Boyd would be a good receiver going somewhere else?
I don't know. We'll see, because he probably ends up leaving at the end of this year.
Thought so. That's why I asked the question.
But I don't know.
Because I think he could easily be a wide receiver one somewhere else.
I don't. He's never been more than a wide receiver 2 in Cincy, so I don't know if I can see it.
Behind Jamar Chase? Yeah, I mean...
Well, no, even before Jamar, there was T. Higgins and A.J. Green. And
yeah, but I think he's a good receiver, but...
Yeah, I just don't know if he's that good.
I don't know. That's why I kind of want to see him go somewhere else to see if he is that good.
They really got to fix that. The stupid Tampa Bay Rays, the baseball team, they play in a dome, but the roof is too low, so constantly baseballs hit the roof. So, like, stuff that might be a home run doesn't make it out. Stuff that might not be a home run, you'll never know because it's stuck in the rafters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They need to just, I don't know, you're in Tampa, Florida. Why is your stadium not outside, you weirdos?
Right? You guys have some of the best weather on the planet.
Yeah, but we need a dome. And
It
then
might rain.
And then you got the opposite. The Rockies are out here playing in the snow in their outdoor stadium at the beginning and ends of the year.
Yeah, if anybody should have a dome, it's that
Right?
place.
Denver, Minnesota, those two could probably go for a dome.
But they'd never pay for a dome, so...
Shit, Minnesota barely has a dome for their football team. And I kind of wish they didn't, but I also get why they do.
Because they'd be like Buffalo Bills.
Well, no, it'd be worse. Cause not snow-wise, Buffalo gets more snow. It'd be worse cold-wise. The last time Minnesota's last outdoor game was at TCF Bank Stadium in 2015 or 16. I don't remember if it was pre or post January. But that wild card game where Blair Walsh missed the field goal. And that was the coldest temperature ever at the kickoff of an NFL game ever.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm good, dude.
That's the first and last time you'll ever see NFL football players bundled up like that.
And then fucking 97-year-old Bud Grant walking out there in his fucking T-shirt.
Yeah.
Minnesota legend. Bud Grant.
Shit. It's because that guy fucking so old he didn't have no nerves left in his body.
No, he was that way when he was the coach in Minnesota because we used to play outside. Bro didn't wear a coat. That's just not what he did.
I don't know. He's definitely a Minnesota native, that's for sure.
Is he?
Well,
no,
yeah,
he's
like
adopted
anyway.
at this point. No, he was born in Wisconsin.
Oh,
Tough.
that is tough.
Yeah.
Wisconsin.
Yeah. It was fucking cold, and that's why I'm good on Minnesota. Have your indoor stadium, because it's not about the elements in Minnesota, not really. If it was just snow and it was like, it's 22 degrees in a blizzard, okay, but it's not. It's negative 50 in a blizzard. It's like, no, put them inside,
Right.
because like that's actually the type of cold that'll kill people. Like,
Bro, yeah,
Don't.
it'll freeze your lungs.
yeah, like everybody's like, Minnesota's just weak. No,
Frostbite your lungs.
they're doing this for like the fans more than the players. The players would play out there, but we're
Yeah.
not gonna, because there's also too much money on the line. Get fucking frostbite, lose your hand. When you're the quarterback, fucking
Yeah.
imagine Tom Brady gets frostbite, has to retire.
Imagine throwing a ball and smacking a helmet when it's negative 50
Yeah,
degrees
right?
out.
Like,
Oh,
no,
fuck, dude,
it's-
that would hurt so bad. I thought it was bad enough around here.
Yeah, Minnesota is a place, man.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what moves on.
It's like living at, I think the only other place that's colder than that's like Bismarck, North Dakota or something.
Well, no, probably like Antarctica, all of Canada. I feel like Canada would get pretty cold.
Well,
The
that's why I
farther
said-
north you
I'm
get.
in the United States.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if it gets much colder. But yeah, wild times.
Because, yeah, Bismarck's right up there, right along, close to Canada, basically. I believe.
I kind of
Northern.
agree this. Baltimore Ravens have now won 24 preseason games in a row. At this point, I think they'll finally win a Super Bowl when they finally lose a preseason game.
That's true.
Jedi just sent me a video.
That's scary.
Yeah. Oh, his boss bought him Hawaiian Punch and put it in the work fridge. Lol.
His
Lol.
boss definitely knows who he is.
Yeah, for sure. The Hawaiian Punch boy. Oh, man.
Yeah, so, funny thing. So after I got done with my ride today, I get back to the office, and the day before, one of my coworkers said, "Hey, if you get some time after you get done with your ride tomorrow, you mind, popping in the shop, and we have something we need welded." And we tried to weld it, they didn't try to weld it, but they looked at it and thought, "Well, we don't know what we're doing." So the only other person that knew how to weld on the place has been fired. So I'm it. So I'm like, all right, can't be that bad. So I figured, so I swing in there. I asked my boss basically, and I'm like, "Hey, such and such told me I needed to weld something." And he goes, "Oh yeah, I'll take you up there and we'll show you, and and you can see what you think." I'm like, "Okay." So we walk up there. I'm like, "Well, what am I welding on?" "Well, that thing right there." And I'm like, Is that a diesel tank out of the back of the truck?" He goes, "Yeah. There's like little tabs welded on it. I don't know if it was factory or what, but that's what we use to bolt them down so they'll slide around the back of the truck, because it's apparently leaking right there on the tab." And so I was like, on a fuel tank. And they had it setting up right, and I looked and I could see where it had been leaking onto the ground, even though they had emptied it out. And so I was like, "Well, I'll weld it, but as long as you're willing to give me workman's comp." I don't, and he goes, "Well, we could you think it'll be bad, or do you feel comfortable welding on?" And I'm like, "Not really. It's still leaking diesel out of the crack apparently. So I don't really feel very safe
I don't
welding
feel like
on this thing."
exploding today.
I was like, and then and we got to chit chat, and then we were kind of talking, and then I was like, "Yeah, I was talking about sand volleyball because I played sand volleyball and I was a little sore." And he's like, "Well, you got to be careful.
So, you don't injure yourself during water season. You got to try not to do anything that'll injure you during water season. And I looked at him and I was all, you mean like welding on a fuel tank? And then he kind of hung his head down a little bit and realizing like, yeah, maybe that was kind of stupid to ask you to.
Hey, Wonder, can I have you come weld our new gas line while the gas is running? Thanks.
Yeah, like I know they emptied it out, but you still have
You gotta let that
flammable
shit dry
material.
out. You gotta let it,
Well, not only that, it won't just dry out. So diesel's different because it's an oil technically.
Yeah.
It's mixed with oil, so that oil sticks to the inside of that metal, whether you empty it out or not. So what you usually have to do is you have to fill it up with water and throw some like dry ice and shit in there, and then you can do stuff with it. Or you can fill it up with some non-flammable gases or something so that it literally can't burn. But that would be hard, nearly impossible for us to do. So I was like, yeah, just see what you guys come up with if you want to fill it up with water or clean it out somehow, or just once you figure it out, just let me know and I'll weld on it then. But right now, I'm not welding on it.
Valid.
He goes, okay, well that makes sense. Like, yeah. I said, it's not as bad as the guy that asked me to try and make a barbecue grill out of like one of those propane tanks. Those big propane tanks for a house.
What's so wrong with that?
So those are worse than fuel tanks?
No.
The inside of a propane tank, unless it's the steel ones, the metal ones that you have for your house and stuff, they're porous on the inside. And so even though you might not have any gas in the tank, the gases get stuck in the pores of the inside of the tank. So when you go to punch a hole through it with a torch or something like that, it tends to shoot a flame like a flamethrower for like 5 seconds or so, or can become a bomb. So yeah, I had a person ask me to do that, and I told him I ain't doing that. He goes, well, why not? And I explained why. And he goes, oh, it won't do that. It's been empty for years. So, all right, well, here's the deal. I'll get the torch set up for you. You can punch the first hole then. He goes, okay. It ain't going to do nothing anyway. Well, as soon as he punched through that sucker, that flame come flying out of there, knocked his hat off his head. He didn't get burnt somehow, but that was because he kind of had the torch up over his head like this, and it shot past his head.
Yeah.
But knocked his hat off, and he was, oh shit! Yeah, I bet that flame shot out of there like 10 feet. I'm like, well, I tried to tell you, but Pikachu knows everything.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Dude, first of all, I wish I could get Madden for free. Second of all, I wish it was actually good.
Bueno?
I played the beta. It was
Horrible. Again.
Kinda. But I hate it because it's literally trending on Twitter, which to me just means everybody ever is just like, I don't care that it always is bad. I'm just going to spend my money. How many times does everybody have to tell you? Speak with your wallet when it comes to these companies. You want them to do better, stop giving them money.
Right. Everybody should be like Baldur's Gate.
Yeah. No. Oh, did you hear about that? All the developers? The developers.
Well, you guys gotta lower your standards. Not all games gotta be like Baldur's Gate. We can't afford to do that. I'm like, what do you get? I think the one I seen was Blizzard saying, "Oh yeah, we can't afford it." I'm like,
yeah,
so many richest fucking companies out there. What the fuck are you talking about? Can't do it.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 is an anomaly, not a new standard for the RPG genre. It's Rockstar level nonsense for scope. Yeah, so that's cool. Devs are urging players not to rate all other games in the genre by such a high standard, appealing to Larian Studios' unique combination of vast experience and resources. Interesting. Baldur's Gate Several things that separate Baldur's Gate 3 from most RPGs in the market. Long development cycle that started back in 2017. Convince your publishers to let you have the time to work on your fucking game.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
it.
Exactly.
That's it. Because as you can see, you make more money when game good. That is how it works. Like, actually.
Yeah. Look at Baldur's Gate. Exceeded expectations.
Oh,
like
by a mile. It's
by
one of
a-
the 10 most played games ever. Already.
Yep.
That's
already,
insane.
and it's barely been out.
A successful early access period lasting 3 years. So have an early access period for your games instead of just releasing them. Let me pay $20 instead of 60. Start playing it early when you know it's going to be bad, and then you get the feedback about how bad it is. They have a huge team of over 400 developers, so get a bigger team.
Right. Pay people.
The license for one of the largest entertainment IPs, Dungeons and Dragons. So make your own. That's the thing. You can just make your own story. It's not that hard. You could pull inspiration. Just don't directly copy D&D. It wouldn't be that hard.
Yeah, maybe you should focus on zombies or something. I don't know.
This is not a new baseline of RPGs. This is an anomaly. He noted trying to reach the same bar without the same experience and advantages could kill an entire group of studios. No, just make good games. How
Right.
other
Yeah,
developers reacted.
Quit trying to come up with excuses to have shitty games. So, it's just money laundering games, basically. Oh, yeah, we're just going to market it up big time, make people buy it once, and I don't care if it
Insomniac
sucks.
Games design manager Ryan McCabe, whatever, urged others not to use singular games to set expectations for everyone because it isn't useful and instead foolhardy. Obsidian Entertainment director Josh Schroyer said having the foundation set and the funding to build things on your own terms is invaluable. This is not about downplaying talented people working on Baldur's Gate 3, but acknowledging this case is atypical for the games industry. That's fair. Most publishers don't just let their studios make games. But to me, part of that is on the studios. I'm sorry. If it's not ready, it's not ready. It cannot be that hard to convince these studio execs. It's not your job to convince the shareholders. Like, actually, as the studio, that is the actual executives at the publisher's job to convince the shareholders. You just have to tell the publisher, this is how the fuck it works. And now you can, instead of berating Baldur's Gate for how good it was and then saying, well, we just can't do that. Instead, stop telling the consumer that you're just so lazy and don't want to do it. Go to the executives at your publisher, sit them down and say, this was Baldur's Gate. They had 6 years of time to work on their game along with this, and this is how it sold. Give us the time and resources to make the game. Stop pushing for this specific date. Push it back if it needs to, whatever, because people are willing to wait for a game that's actually good. And if it's actually good, the entire internet will care. People who never would have played this game will find out, oh,
Right.
damn, it's
It'll
that
sell
good.
itself.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing about Baldur's Gate. People have never played D&D or even know what D&D is, and are playing this game because they heard, oh, you need to go play Baldur's Gate. It's awesome. And then it doesn't matter if they knew anything about D&D or not. The game plays itself pretty much. It's just like any other game. You learn how to play it. You know?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah.
No
It's-
shot. Baldur's Gate 3 already broke its peak concurrent users record, surpassing 875,000 concurrent players.
Mhm.
Call of Duty could never handle that many people on their servers at one time. That's insane.
Right.
That's insane.
Well, they don't have to worry about it anyway because their games are shit anymore. So their concurrent players online are
Wow.
just plummeting. So.
Right now, it is about 4,000 concurrent players shy of Hogwarts Legacy, which was the biggest Steam launch of 2023. And I'm sorry, when people say, the D&D IP is so big compared to, I don't know how many games have a bigger IP than Harry Potter. Like
Mhm.
everybody knows Harry Potter.
Mhm.
Now I think the Hogwarts Legacy concurrent players day one thing could have been even bigger
Right, but there was
if
the
J.K.
controversy.
Rowling didn't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the all-time peak was actually PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds with 3.2 million concurrent players.
Jesus.
That's insane. 1, 2, 3, 5 games ever have had 1 million concurrent players on Steam. That is Cyberpunk 2077, Dota 2, Lost Ark, CSGO, and PUBG. But the fall from the 3.2 million for PUBG to second place at Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike is at 1.8. It's almost PUBG almost doubles everybody else. Like, nah, we got it. That's insane, dude.
That's
Baldur's
pretty
Gate's
wild.
so good.
It is. It is really good. I'm just sad you can't really stream it. Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna keep trying to figure it out, but probably not tonight. I'm gonna play something
yeah.
else, but because you're
Yeah,
not gonna
I'm
have
probably
that
just
much
gonna-
time. So
yeah, I'm just gonna continue playing Baldur's Gate until about 8.
nah,
And then,
you're gonna play. Dude, I was gonna say Fortnite, but I think it's got an update.
yeah.
I should. Oh
Yeah.
well, I didn't mean to launch Fortnite.
Uh-huh.
Oh, hopefully there's an update, because if not, I'm launching Fortnite. Everybody root for an update. Doodly doo.
Just close out a Fortnite.
Yeah, but it has to launch first, which Fortnite launches weird.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. This post got deleted. That's cool. Yeah, Baldur's Gate is causing people to panic, which is yeah. Breath of the Wild didn't kill off old open world games. It's because Breath of the Wild was only available to anybody who went out and purchased a Switch. That was it. There was no other way
Right.
to play it. So that's yeah.
I just realized that there's a lot of potential that Baldur's Gate can go from here now. Like
Fortnite's launching. Fuck.
With like the
Hey, check for an update. Maybe we can go play some Fortnite. Don't you meh me? Wonder we can cook.
Can I though?
I don't know. It can't be worse
Uh,
than when we play Valorant. But yeah, go
That's
back to your
true.
story.
I forgot. Oh yeah. So I was saying that, with Baldur's Gate, seeing the success that they had with it, they should know for future reference what they need to do and what to expect and the deadlines that they need to meet to continue making more D&D games. You know what I mean? Like Baldur's Gate, like with D&D, Baldur's Gate's just a little tiny chunk of D&D, which I realize that they have already come out with D&D games in the past that
Oh yeah,
included
there'll be expansions to this. There'll be everything.
right. That's what I'm saying. I look forward to
Yeah.
expansions and okay, yeah, Fortnite launches, but I'm gonna close out of it.
Yeah, I'm working on it. It's the first time I've launched it in months, so it's doing the struggle. Like, oh fuck, how do we access these files? Hold on. I forgot.
But if Baldur's Gate can continue to make games like this, revolving around D&D and the storylines and this magnitude of game, I will pay every time for every single one of them from now on.
Right?
They have my money.
Right?
Don't fuck it up.
Larian's convinced people.
Yeah, don't let the money go to your head
Or do.
like Call
I
of
don't
Duty
know.
or well, no, because because then they just start throwing shit out there,
Right.
because they're accumulating money. Actually take your time when you add things or make new game or whatever. Take your time. you're now well funded.
Right.
Now you should be able to do nothing but go up from here. You know,
You'd
like I
hope.
realized. Well, I realized that it was a big explosion of games that they didn't expect. You know, of their popularity, but I still think that they can improve and make new games and things like that. There's a gajillion monsters in D&D. There's a gajillion freaking storylines and things you can go with, and
Yeah.
there's just so much to D&D. It's not like you should have a hard time finding, find some nerd off the street and say, hey, come up with a storyline and we'll make it into a video game.
Yeah. Right.
At this point, this is going to be great no matter what you do. Like, you can't fuck it up from here. Well, I mean, you can, but it'd be really hard.
That's how you do it. I don't want to get into the whole argument of this, but I don't think you should disagree. Massachusetts passed a 4% millionaires tax last year. Now every public school student gets free lunch. See, that is how you do that. That is how you do that. It is that simple. Like, actually.
Right.
You pick the one where you just can't get out of it, and you go, no, this is what you pay now. Just deal with it. Because it's the whole thing, like when we were dealing with Trump and his tax returns and how he didn't pay that much in taxes. And it's like, yeah, it's because these things exist. They are legal loopholes. Of course I'm using them. You can't get mad at him for using them. Get mad at the system for letting them exist.
Right. And that's something I applaud Trump for doing, because he basically came out and said,
oh, yeah, for what? He's the only one of those rich fucks who's like, yeah, dude, we're actually just not paying. Fuck you.
He's like, I know the system's rigged because I use it.
Yeah, right.
And when God. He, in the first, this is when Trump got popular during his first run for president, is when he basically was during his first debate, and they said, well, he doesn't pay his taxes. And he goes, that makes me smart.
Yeah, okay. We're moving on from this because I found something more insane. During Jamie Moyer, he's an old baseball pitcher, his first season, Phil Niekro, Niekro, I don't know, was still in the league. During Moyer's last season, Bryce Harper was a rookie. This is crazy because Niekro signed as a pro in 1958. Bryce Harper wasn't drafted until 2010. Jamie Moyer played with or against both of them.
Oh.
That's insane. That's 60 years of baseball.
Damn.
Yeah, old man was cooking.
I guess.
Yeah. I don't think any of that's true. But all right. We're going to move on. What else do I see? Anything, or are we done?
I don't know. I pretty much shot my shot.
I don't know. Dude, I can't say that again. I refuse. I understand it gets predicted every year and flops, but I finally think 2023 will mark the beginning of the end for Derrick Henry. Bruh, I said that last year and missed. I think Derrick Henry's going to just be like Adrian Peterson, just productive until he finally fades into obscurity.
Mm-hmm.
That's just it. That's wild. But that's funny. All right, well, I don't think we got anything else, so I don't know what we're going to call this video, but it exists. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.